Hello, hope you're well and happy and free. That's what we're going to talk about today. Being actually free, but perhaps a different kind of freedom than you're used to. We're talking about getting free from addictions, attachments. That could be substances or activities or needs that we have from other people. First of all, we want to understand that it's not a matter of good and bad. We want to let go of that. The divine loves us as we are, even with our addiction. It's a matter of freedom and evolution, to be able to be free at every moment to do what is in my greatest good, for my health, for my relationships, my finances, my happiness. So let's let go of the idea of good and bad in this situation. Now, sometimes our need to satisfy certain addictions conflict with true freedom to create health, harmony, peace, abundance, and love in our lives. So, if we're satisfying some addiction that's not creating any problem for us, fine. Enjoy it. It's not about good and evil here. It's whether what we are doing is actually serving our highest happiness, our health, our relationships, or whether it's conflicting with that. Now, certain addictions may impede our health, relationships, appearance, abundance, happiness, our love life, success, evolution. So you have to decide if any addictions or attachments are impeding these aspects of your life. Consider, for example, smoking, drugs, gambling, tranquilizers, pain pills, alcohol, perhaps sugar is destroying our health, coffee. Nothing evil here. It's whether it's okay for you. Social media, maybe speaking too much, maybe excessive shopping, or excessively focused on our appearance, or excessively focused on order and cleanliness. Nothing wrong with appearance, or shopping, or cleanliness, or speaking, or social media. The only question is whether we are in balance and whether our participation in any of these aspects of our life has become detrimental to our health, our happiness, and to our relationships or to our finances. And any other activity that requires energy, time, or money without offering us peace, health, happiness, fulfillment, abundance, or loving relationship with ourselves and others. So anything that's taking energy, time, and money and thought, but is not really offering us something. And this often happens because there's an overflow from an earlier age and time where we got used to do inserting activities or substances that at that time may have been beneficial to us or at least harmonizing for us in some way. Maybe we relaxed by smoking or um, eating some substances, but now, perhaps at the age that we are, that's not really beneficial for us. So choose an addiction you would like to work with. Okay. So think about it. With what addiction would you like to work on this in this class? Now, some of the limiting beliefs about that addiction, possible limiting beliefs. I cannot feel well without it. I think we've all experienced that. I need it in order to be able to relax, sleep, feel free, have pleasure, feel my self worth, feel safe, deal with others, fill my emptiness. So we may believe, if not consciously, but subconsciously, that we need this substance or activity in order to fulfill those needs. I cannot feel free unless I'm able to smoke, eat whatever I like, buy whatever I want, do whatever I want, or just add anything you like here. So it's a matter of freedom. I cannot feel free if I'm not doing what I want. I need that in order to feel safe, worthy, free, control, meaning, pleasure in my life. So we believe that we must have that addiction. We must fulfill it in order to fulfill these needs. It helps me feel peace, pleasure, energy. It wakes me up like coffee, for example, happy, worthy, and safe. So see, what is the need behind the need? Is it peace? Is there another way to feel peace? Is it pleasure? Is there another form of pleasure? Is it energy? Is there another way of having energy, such as breathing exercises or running or exercising or meditating? Is there another way to have happiness? So we want to see if this addiction is limiting our health, our happiness, our freedom, our love relationships, then we may want to consider if there's another source of what we're looking for. Another belief, I cannot imagine happiness without it. And that happens with addiction. We can't imagine being happy without that substance or activity. It keeps me company and relaxes me when I'm stressed. Cigarettes, sweets, ice cream. Nothing wrong. Well, cigarettes are not good, but sweets and ice cream, to a certain degree. It's just a matter of balance. It's too difficult to get free. Certainly, we've all experienced that. It's difficult to change. I can stop, but I do not want to. I've heard this a number of times. I don't think it's true. I think we're fooling ourselves when we say, I can stop, but I do not want to. For example, smoking. I am worthless because I'm addicted. We want to let go of this. We are equally lovable in our addiction as we are when we're out without it. This does not change our self-worth, being addicted to something, to some substance, or even to someone. I am too weak to get free. This is not true. There is a power within us which we haven't accessed yet. I am ashamed because I cannot get free. We want to get rid of this belief also. No need to be ashamed. Everyone has their own addictions. Inspired questions on the issue. Why do I love and accept myself as I am? Or why should I love and accept myself as I am? Could be the question here. Why does the divine love me as I am, regardless of what I do? I'm not sure you believe that. I believe it, and I believe it's true. That the love coming from the divine, however you perceive the divine, with or without form, however you may perceive it, is immutable, non-negotiable. It's always there. Has nothing to do with what we do or don't do. Why do I deserve respect and love just as I am from those around me? Because I'm no lesser. Our addictions do not make us less worthy of love and respect. Why am I able to get free from this? Well, one answer would be millions of people have gotten free. And maybe we have gotten free previously in our lives. Why do I feel comfort in my relationship with the divine rather than in this substance? This is a solution for a lot of people. Why am I even stronger without this? Why is it that I will be gradually getting easier to be well without it? Why is it that I'm gradually able to be well without it? Or will I be gradually well, more easily well without it? Why am I, or when will I be enjoying being free? Why do I enjoy being free from this substance? I'm healthier, I'm happier, I'm freer to enjoy every moment. I'm not experiencing withdrawal. My mind is not on it. Why do I want to be free? Why do I want to eat healthfully? Why do I feel safer without it, especially if it's something that's destroying my health? Why do I feel safer without cigarettes or without sweets or harmful foods? Some possible answers to these inspired questions. I am stronger than this temporary desire. Millions, billions throughout the years have shown this by stopping to partake in some addiction. Millions every day get free, and we can too. There was a time when I did not have this and lived without it. It's another reality. There was a time when we didn't smoke, we didn't eat certain things, we didn't take tranquilizers, we didn't drink, we didn't gamble, and there was life, and there was happiness. So we can actually remember a time in which we did not participate in that. My self-worth and happiness and peace are within me. They're not in some substance. Real freedom is to be free from addictions and be able to choose every moment what is best for my health, harmony, safety, and love relationship. That is freedom. Freedom is being able to choose. When I'm addicted, I'm not able to choose. I'm not free to choose. I am obliged to satisfy the addiction. It's the definition of not being free. So many millions of people have become free and are fine without it. This is true. As a soul, I am complete within myself. This may be somehow spiritual, but if we investigate it and work on it, especially with meditation, we can become closer to that. I am worthy of love and respect just as I am at this stage of my evolutionary process. My addiction does not lessen my self-worth, only my freedom. We're not talking about good and evil. We're not talking about self-worth. We're talking about freedom, real freedom. Real happiness is being free from addictions. I choose to be free and happy. Now we choose, I'm not sure our pain body chooses to be free. So how can we use energy psychology to get free? We can employ EFT for the desire itself. Now Gary Craig, the founder of EFT, suggests that we employ it about 15 times a day, but that would be a shorter version than what we're doing, just by tapping here. 15 times a day, or any time we're just feeling that desire, just tap on this point 50 times, 25 to 50 times. Whenever you're feeling that need to satisfy that addiction, tap on this point. You don't have to go through the whole process. When tapping for the desire, we would use the following possible phrases. You don't really to use phrases all the time, but if you're doing proper EFT, not just tapping on the cheek point, then you can use some of these phrases. Even though until now I have desire, you can put whatever it is here, I now feel safe, peaceful, and happy without it. And second phrase on the other side, I choose, want, deserve, allow myself, accept to be free from this desire for that. Now, employing EFT for the emotions involved. We talked about employing it for the desire. Now we're talking about employing it for the emotions. Some possible emotions, guilt or shame because of our addiction. We want to let go of that. Even though until now I have felt guilty or ashamed because I was addicted to, I now understand and love myself. Very important. And the second phrase, even though until now I have felt guilty, ashamed because I was addicted to, I now feel safe, peaceful, happy, and free without it. Secondly, fear that we may not get our dose. Even though until now I have felt fear that I will not be able to get my fill in the blank, I now feel safe, peaceful, happy, and free without it. I choose, want, deserve, allow myself, accept to be free from this fear of not getting. Thirdly, anger towards those who might prevent us from getting our dose. So even though until now I have felt angry with those who prevented me from having my fill in the blank, I now feel safe, peaceful, happy, and free without it. Withdrawal. Symptoms when we cannot get our dose. Anxiety when we do not get what we want, or when we are without our substance, we may feel anxiety. Unhappy because we do not have what we want. Depression because we cannot feel pleasure or happiness without our substance or activity. Suppressed because we do not have what we want. So we put the above emotions in a combined situation. You can choose how to work with that. Even though until now I have felt anxiety, withdrawal, symptoms, unhappy, depressed, suppressed. When I did not get my fill in the blank, I now feel safe, peaceful, happy, and free without it. Now, other issues and aspects. The substance, in addition to relieving our anxiety, can also come to represent, among other things, freedom. Freedom to have what we want, thus we feel suppressed without it. So it's not even the substance, it's the freedom to smoke, the freedom to eat what we want, the freedom to shop as much as we like. Even though until now I have felt suppressed when I did not get my dose, I now feel free, feel safe, peaceful, happy, and free without it. I choose, want, deserve, allow myself, accept to be free from this feeling of suppression and lack of freedom. The rest of the emotions will combine together. A source of pleasure. We would feel unhappy or depressed without the pleasure. It's a substitute for affection or other needs or pleasures. We would feel unloved or without happiness without it. This substance or this activity, just smoking or drinking or anything that's a ritual, can also be a source of relationship. It's like having a relationship with someone, but it's with someone who I can control. Not control from the sense that I don't have to be with them, but they will always be there for me. Okay? A substitute for companionship, especially cigarettes, coffee, or alcohol, which require ritual or preparation. Even though until now I have felt deprived of pleasure, affection, or companionship, when I did not get I now feel fulfilled, peaceful, happy, and free without it. Now, we may need at some point work with physical symptoms which appear. And this can happen whenever we work with any subject, with EFT and emotional psychology in general. Emotions can become embodied as physical symptoms. And we work on physical symptoms, they may turn into emotions. These are two aspects of the same energy. So when physical symptoms arise, then we might need also to tap for them. So even though until now I've had this physical phenomenon, we mentioned what it is, in this part of my body, we mentioned where, I now feel totally peaceful and healthy. So in order to heal addictions, we can work on the following. The desire for the substance or activity. It could be cigarettes, it could be shopping, it could be gambling. The anxiety we feel when we do not have it. The desire and the resulting anxiety. The physical symptoms that may appear in our abdomen, in our head, various emotions that can arise when we don't satisfy the need. We didn't talk about this, but we may need to work with childhood experiences that may play a role here. You'll probably have to get an appointment with a practitioner of EFT or BSFF or any of these methods, Sedona method. You may find some people that combine. I hope you do. I'm not aware of many. But you can also get results by just applying one method. So you may need to work with some childhood experiences here that are causing the anxiety, which is creating the addiction. Any resistance to getting free. Now, some forms of resistance to getting free will be, I won't be free if I'm free. Because freedom, in my mind, means being able to do what I'm addicted to. And that's the opposite of freedom. You can't be addicted and free. But our mind perceives fulfilling the addiction as freedom. I will not be happy. These are forms of resistance. I will not be able to sleep if I don't eat just before I go to bed, for example. I have no other sources of pleasure. I have no one in my life. This is what I have for pleasure. I need it. It's my only true friend that is there for me. It's this there. I control it. I remind you, not control it by not needing it, but it's always there. It's my frame of reference and identity. I do not know who I will be if I'm not involved in that. And then we work on any other issues that may arise, as we work on this. We would do well to do this a few times a day and whenever we feel the desire. So just tapping on the cheeks whenever we feel the desire, and a few times a day, perhaps doing the full method that we're going to learn how to employ. And we need to gain clarity on this. Why do we want to get free? If we don't know why, if we're doing it for others, we may not succeed. We need to know why this is beneficial for us. What is our motive? And what will we lose if we continue with the addiction? Will we lose our health, our relationships, our work? What will we lose? And then imagine ourselves after 5 years continuing with the addiction. How will I be if I continue? And then what will I gain if I stop? And how will I be after 5 years if I stop? So these are 4 questions. Why? What would happen if I continue? What will I lose? And what will I gain if you think you're going to gain something? How will I be after 5 years? What will I gain if I stop? And what will my life be after 5 years? So how will getting free affect the following? My health, positive or negative? My energy, will it increase or decrease if I continue? My relationships, will they be more harmonious or less harmonious? My finances, a lot of these addictions cost a lot of money. My professional life, will it be better or worse? My goals, whatever goals they may be, and my spiritual evolution, how is it being affected by getting indulged in this addiction? So what can we do? We can do EFT for the emotions we feel about giving it up. So we imagine ourselves not continuing to satisfy this need. We feel the emotions, and then we do EFT for those emotions. And then BSFF for the same, for the emotions we feel about the idea of not continuing to satisfy that need. And then we do Sadhana for the same thing, the emotions we have with the idea of not satisfying the addiction. And then we could do brain balancing with the truths, which allow us to feel free and happy with the idea of changing, which truths will give us the strength to let go of that addiction and be free from the need to satisfy it. And then we could also, in that case, do the healing code or freeze frame in the place of the brain balancing. And then we visualize ourselves as free. I remind you, it's not an issue of good and bad, but freedom to be well and happy. Okay? And this is the email for more clarification. So you can choose an addiction. I gave you a wide variety of possibilities. You can choose anything else which you feel that is costing you time, energy, thought, money, and it's not giving back that much anymore. Maybe at one time it gave you a lot, but it may not giving back the same that was at that time. It just may not be suitable to us anymore. And you want to get free from it. So you can take the sitting position, and we will do that now. Okay, we are ready now. You can sit with your spine straight and close your eyes and relax. Take a few breaths. With the help of the breathing, straighten your spine and relax your shoulders. Relax your face. And let us allow to flow through our minds certain substances or foods or activities that we would like to change. because we feel that they're giving us less than we're giving them. It could be a specific food, could be cigarettes, any pills we're taking, but always with the guidance of our doctor, never stopping any medicines without the approval of our health professional. Or activities such as shopping or talking too much or too much internet or Facebook. Maybe attachments to cleanliness and order. They're good, but they may be taking too much time and energy or creating conflict with others. So choose an issue and imagine that you're not going to participate so much in that anymore. And observe how you feel with the idea of ceasing, or at least lessening, this activity. Observe your emotions. Are you feeling fear, anxiety, suppression, withdrawal, empty? Feel whatever you feel. Accept whatever you feel. Accept yourself feeling that way. Accept that you have this issue. It's okay. You're equally worthy and lovable. And let us make the agreement with the subconscious, the inner child, the pain body, our higher self, and the divine, to become freed from any attachment, any obstacles to becoming free, to choose, free to choose, free to be able to do what is in our highest benefit. And now we can rub on the sensitive point on the upper chest, saying or imagining, even though until now I have been addicted to this, and say what it is, I now choose to be free and happy, even without it. Even though until now I have felt the need for, mention what it is, I now choose to be free and happy, even without it. A third time, even though until now I have felt, mention the emotion, about the idea of not having, I now choose to be free without it. Now, on the other side, I choose to be totally free from every attachment, addiction to this, mention what it is. It's in my benefit to be free. I accept being free. Now, focusing on the desire and on the emotions that you have with the idea of stopping. Tap on the back of the neck, coming up, over the top of the head, forehead, side of the head. We're choosing not to participate. Lower neck, coming up, top of the head, forehead, 2 fingers, the bridge of the nose, coming to the temples, behind the ears, under the eyes, lips above and below, under the arms, collarbone, wrists, side of the hand. Focus on the idea of not continuing and feel the emotions. We're tapping for the emotions we feel about the idea of not continuing. Behind the ears, under the eyes, lips, under the arms, collarbone, wrists, side of the hands. One more time, focusing on what we feel about the idea of not continuing. Top of the head, forehead, side of the head, back of the neck again, coming up, coming forward, 2 fingers, temples, behind the ears, letting go, cheeks, letting go, under the arms, collarbone, letting go, wrists, side of the hand. Now sit with your spine straight, relax, close your eyes. Take a few breaths. Focus on your decision to abstain, to let go, to be free from this attachment, this addiction. Focus on those emotions, accept them. Accept that you feel this way. Accept yourself. Now we're going to do BSFF. You can follow after me, tapping on the eyebrows. In relationship to this need, this issue we're going to call it, in relationship to this issue, I let go of all pain and all causes and roots of pain in my subconscious, in this dimension, and all other dimensions. Now on the cheeks. In relationship to this issue, I let go of all fear and anxiety and all causes and roots of fear and anxiety in my subconscious, in this dimension, and all other dimensions. Index finger. In relationship to this issue, I let go of all guilt, shame, or rejection, and all causes and roots of guilt, of shame, of rejection, in the subconscious, in this dimension, and all other dimensions. Small finger. In relationship to this issue, I let go of all anger and all causes and roots of anger in the subconscious, in this dimension, and all other dimensions. Eyebrows. In relationship to this issue, I let go of all trauma and all causes and roots of trauma in the subconscious, in this dimension, and all other dimensions. Index finger. I forgive myself for all participation in this issue. I have always done whatever I could, and I'm doing whatever I can. Small finger. I forgive others for their participation in this issue. They too did whatever they could with their childhood programming, with their insecurities and fears, and with our soul agreements. So sit with the spine straight, close the eyes, take a few relaxing breaths. With the help of the breathing, allow the spine to become straighter. Allow the abdomen to relax and the solar plexus to relax. Allow the shoulders to relax back and down, coming backward and down. Allow the face muscles to relax, the cheeks, the eyes, the forehead, now imagine yourself after 5 years of continuing to satisfy this need. How will you be? What would your life be after 5 years? And consider the reasons that you would like to let go of this habit. What are the reasons that you would like to let go of this habit? And imagine how your life might be after 5 years, having become free from the habit. How will you be? How will your life be? Now we're going to perform the Sadhana method. Again, imagine the situation in which you have chosen to be free from this habit and you're not satisfying it. And feel the emotions you feel about that idea. And accept the emotions. Accept that you feel this way, or that a part of yourself feels this way. Let us realize we are not the emotions. They are energies created by our beliefs. Let us allow them to expand and flow out of us, dissipating into nothing. They expand, they dissipate, and flow out of our system. And we become aware of the deeper needs that have created this habit. It is a matter of security or safety or self-worth or freedom, pleasure, control. What do we lose if we cease satisfying this need? What deeper need was this need covering? And let us let go of that deeper need and experience our inner fullness, inner peace, security. Now we can perform the brain balancing posture, placing the right ankle over the left, the right wrist over the left, fingers united, arms straight or folded. Relax in this position and allow to flow into your mind a perception, an alternative perception or belief or truth that frees you to be happy even without fulfilling that need. What do you need to remember, to believe, in order to be free to be happy? Perhaps because others have been able to do it. Perhaps you have done it in stages of your life. Perhaps there was a time before you even began. What truth frees you to be free? What do you want to remember when your mind goes to that need? What do you want to remember? And focus on that. Allow it to fill your body and mind. Now let's focus on the second alternative perception, truth, which gives us the strength to do what we really want, what is in our highest goal, benefit. What do we want to remember in order to make the choice which is in our highest benefit? Now we can place the palms in the center of the chest and relax there. Feel that position of oneness with ourselves, of being our own best friend, our own best company. And imagine yourself as free, being able to be well and happy even without that habit. Imagine it. Experience it. Allow any doubt to disappear. Allow yourself to visualize and to feel yourself as well and happy and free from that habit. And experience your self-worth within as an expression of the divine. Feeling love and respect for yourself. And feeling worthy of love and respect from all beings. And worthy of love and respect from the divine. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can relax. Now, for this issue, we may need to apply the methods more frequently. As I mentioned, just throughout the day, tapping on the cheekbones when we're feeling the desire. And perhaps once or twice a day, working more deeply as we did now. The main factor here is whether you actually want to become free or not. No techniques will help us if we're not wanting to be free. And wanting to be free means understanding why we want to be free. It has nothing to do with being good or evil. It has to do with whether how we are functioning is actually helping us or harming us in our ability to create the life that we want. And also our relationships, if they're being harmed by our addiction. So we deserve to be healthy and happy and have a loving life, an abundant life. And it would be a shame to allow some type of addiction to undermine that. So I hope you take this class seriously, and I hope that you employ it a number of times before moving on to the next lesson. So be well and be happy and be free.